Hey guys, Smithy here. In this video we will talk about one of the most frequent questions, branch damages. First of all, branch damage is a bonus damage to the skill that has such perks on it. Skills without them won't receive any bonus effects from branch damages, thus making the skills with perks more valuable in terms of damage. Also, the percentage of every branch damage doesn't affect their default effect, but just amplifies the skill damage. For example, 40% Seret skill will do 40% more damage and will apply separately the effect of it. There are 4 different branch damages, and each of them with different effects. AL gives bonus 10% damage to the skill, separately to the percentage of AL. Seret amplifies your skill to hit one more target at once. Labrief increases critical hit rate of the skill by extra 10% that goes over cap. And AHIP gives to the skill 10% chance to do an extra 70% damage, which also can crit and deal more damage with help of branch damage percentage. So, for PvP and DPS we always choose IL, Labrief and AHIP. And Seret can be used in easy farming spots or sometimes for mass PvP to make your performance higher and make bigger impact on the field. Now, what about the difference between the 3 branch damages? I made a table that simulates the overall damage that can be done, and depending on the critical damage the numbers differ. Minimal damage is the damage done without crit. As we can see, AL with its 10% augmenting damage takes the lead. Maximum damage is the damage done with crit and proc from AHIP. In that case, AHIP with its 70% extra damage takes a huge lead, but don't forget that it's only 10% chance. Now, what is the most important result is the average damage, because this will be your overall DPS number and will be the best for long-term damage. And here the winner is once again AL. Even though Labrief tends to grow as crit damage grows on the cap of 215% crit damage, it is still not enough to beat AL. Also, depending on your crit rate, the damage numbers may differ, but not by much. AL still will be the winner. So, what branch damage to pick? Of course, AL is the overall best, and AHIP is also great if you feel lucky and think that your skills will most of times trigger that bonus damage. Same as Labrief. Extra crit rate sometimes is huge if you have a lot of crit damage, but it all depends on your equip and class. If, let's say, you have great light stones and crystals with Labrief, then go for it. Don't try to rush AL just because it's slightly better. Use the one that you have. Now, if your branch damages are all the same and you have ability to choose, then pick the perks for the skills you use the most, and if it is needed, change them for all situations, PvP, PvE or boss fights. You won't lose anything in that case. And that was it for that video, guys. Hope it helped you to understand how branches actually work. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. That was Smithy. Have a nice day.